Gotcha. It's a little more flexible that way.
That one more flexible. I mean, the providers are like, for the most part, the right reason, obviously, to help people. But at the end of the day, they're also have to make money. And in order to make money, they have to work. And then they also, like, let's say they work for two other people. They might have an hours for other people. Well, there's hours for you, but because they already got scheduled for other people. So they're going to want set time.
That's understandable. Yeah, I mean, before when I had a provider, before I started working for AMC, my provider had some other people, but because I was actually his first client, he's like, I kind of work around yours, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, but the more people they have, obviously, the less hours they have, better they are.
That's kind of the current way. Not many people. There's a grocery in Batavia. And she'll be like, oh well, I'm gonna, sometimes it's like a doctor appointment, but like she want to do something with her dad. And it's like, well, the provider's out that day. You call them at 3 o'clock and you say, oh, well, I'm going to go hang out with my buddy, or I'm going to go do whatever. They just lost that time, 4 hours. But I'm working with you on Wednesday, but my other time canceled, so I can get up 4 to 8 today.
Gotcha, yeah.
So the day that's out, they get more frustrated.
Like I said, I'm trying to see what's going on, but I'm not trying to push either side too hard, you or him, because I know there's a lot of stuff going between me, work, and this house and other stuff. So I'm like, got to kind of find the middle ground to get stuff done, but also not push too hard. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the house is a huge deal. Not a lot of houses. A lot of paperwork. There'll be some big bank. The door will now let you this. Now you're up in your grandmother's fishing license. You're like, what? So that's like, going through all that, that's like your primary focus.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer, so maybe I'll just do it as and that's fine. We'll get you the business over here. And then it'll be like 3 days. And have you ever used Uber?
I actually haven't, but I mean, I haven't, but it seems just like anything else, pretty self-explanatory.
And then with this card, it would be instead of paying, like normally you put in your credit card. And then that way they bill that. You just put the numbers on this card. It's going to be like the highest 16-digit number, just like a credit card number, but it's going to be a prepaid deal. And that's off of there. That would be for you.
Yeah.
Find somebody that can handle your wheelchair.
Yeah.
But if you're going out into the community, wherever, people probably use your chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, other than really for work purposes, I don't have to use the electric chair. Like, that's really the only reason why I even honestly even have it. Because they were like, this is gonna open up stuff for you to do a lot easier at work. I'm like, understandable, but other than that, like I don't have to. Like it's not a mandatory thing for me to use other than that.
I can't really pull up his full script, but what I can do is if you want, I can just go with what we had last year more or less, or I can send you copies of what I wrote out last year. It wasn't handwritten, so it is handwritten. So you go through there if you want. It's up to you. And say, no, I want to change this, or you could add something to it, or whatever.
What?
The other thing was the doctors.
Oh, the doctors thing for me to.
Yeah, I need that diagnosis as a verification. I know you said you were switching doctors.
Yeah, so because I haven't went to the one out here yet actually, but there's I guess a clinic for the one that I used to go to, but it's out here in Batavia. I just have to set up an appointment.
Okay, so there's a clinic for your doctor?
Yeah, it's the same like practice. It's just one that's out here instead of the one that's downtown. So.
Okay, so it's like the same but different locations.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I'm not rushing you, but do you know when maybe you try to get that scheduled?
So I'm gonna try to get that scheduled. I'm gonna try to do it probably sometime tomorrow, considering tomorrow's the last day for this week, and I don't go back until Tuesday. So when I hopefully before I go into work tomorrow, but like I said, I'll reach back out to you and let you know exactly when I'm able to do it because there's just a lot going on.
I get it. I just my hands kind of tied.
And Dylan,
The legal process. You only need to fill out one time. It's only like 4 grams. Basically, I mean, I can fill it out, but I don't know a doctor, so.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the doctor's license and whatever. So
Exactly. It says like this person diagnosed with at birth, or did he get it before age 22?
Yeah.
Is the condition likely to continue? Blah blah blah.
Pretty much, other than the license number, it's like I honestly can do it. Other than that, it's like yes, it's something that's not going to change. Unfortunately, it's not going to change. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It's for safety caution reasons, but to be honest, as of right now, I unfortunately don't have an exact date of when I'll be able to get it.
Okay, well, just try to work on that if you can, and then back to the other thing, the discovery tool. So it's like it talks about like what you like, who the supports in your life are, things that frustrate you, things that make you happy. It's like a tool. So I know we've done it together in person before. I don't know how you want me to handle that. You want me to just like kind of change some of the words so it looks a little different on that form for 2020, or do you want me to send you like what I did last year, then you can kind of review it?
I mean, to be honest, the answers are the same, so it's like if you just got to change a couple words. I mean, we've only known each other for a short period of time, but we kind of anyway. Very minimal. Yeah.
I get that, but it's like, this one woman's like, I want a boyfriend. It's like, I'm just going to pull it in my back pocket. Here you go. There's a boyfriend. Hey, not to be a man, but she doesn't have a lot to offer somebody. So even if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, unless I actually need something from you, which is very uncommon, I don't try to bother you because I realize that there's way more than just me on your caseload. So I'm like, I got you. Just when I saw your message, and I'm like, unfortunately, like when you sent me the text message, I was heading off to work, so I'm like, you can call me, but it would have to be a little later or sometime today. And well,
Right, right. I was just sitting there with my computer, like,
Hola.
I'm off the cloud. I'm kind of like doing everything so crazy or
yeah, it's fine. I can Okay, so obviously that's not what the message said, but I mean I've read enough messages and you kind of know what to look for, and I was like, he probably does not feel like messing with this right now, and that's perfectly fine. So. Mhm. Okay. So you don't need to meet with me Monday then? Um, like I said, I'm gonna try to get you answers on both of those fronts for either my dad and the doctor's office if I can. Hopefully by Monday, but I can't open the promises on either one, unfortunately. Yeah. But if anything does come up that you see that may bring up flags or you have questions that you didn't make up, obviously you always send me a text. And worst comes to worst, you have to come and go ahead and do that too. You as well. Bye-bye.
Rising in anticipation of Labor Day weekend crowds. Here are the facts at this hour. 12 states are now reporting an increase in new cases. Nationally, there are an average of 40,000 additional cases per day, now bringing the total to more than 6 million. Dr. Anthony Fauci told us just yesterday he would like to see that number down to 10,000 a day heading into the fall. And the U.S. death toll continues to climb, topping 187,000 today, an average of 900 people who are dying every day. South Dakota is the worst hit state in new cases, weeks after the strangest motorcycle rally, with one death now attributed to the rally. More than 260 cases in 11 states have now as soon as November 1st, raising suspicions in some quarters of a pre-election surprise coming from the administration. And coronavirus cases are surging again in Europe. Spain, France, and Germany now reporting a rise in cases. The question now, can that be? That's why we have correspondent with us, Richard Engel, joining us.
well, greetings from a very dreary and rainy London. Germany just said today it doesn't anticipate fully locking down, but across Europe, officials are worried. It feels like we are back in April or May, and officials are now starting to watch each other very closely. And if you turn on the news here in the UK or anywhere in Europe, really, there's lots of very specific reports about the numbers in each particular province, in each particular country. Countries have been added to quarantine lists and taken off quarantine lists. So it created a lot of confusion for international travel. This, as you know, Andrea, Europe has been somewhat ahead of the United States. It got COVID earlier, it reacted earlier. So what's happening here could be what's coming in the United States. And there has been a sense across Europe that they had found a rhythm, that they were starting to open up, that for the last 2 months or so, air travel was starting up again, tourism was working, business travel was up and running. But the last couple of weeks, and really just the last week or so, the numbers have been starting to rise. And what scientists think is happening is this is history catching up with them. That the last 2 months, a lot of young people went out. Those young people didn't get visibly sick. They didn't require hospitalization, and that there was something of a lag time, and that this last 2 months has really been that lag time. And as they've been interacting more and more freely, they eventually brought the virus back home with them to their families or to more vulnerable populations, which is why we're actually noticing the numbers going up right now. But European officials are worried about it, and they're starting to tinker with the lockdowns. But so far, no massive blanket changes like we saw in the early days of COVID, where all of Italy, all of Spain, all of France went into total lockdown. They're trying to just tighten and adjust the system they have in place.
And British schools have reopened, have they not? But what about in the rest of the continent? Are schools already opening?
Damn, I have zero pain.
Schools are opening, and back here in Europe, that generally means in-person learning. But each country has a slightly different take on how effective masks are, how effective closures are. Here in the UK, for example, and mask wearing is not that prevalent. It hasn't been throughout the pandemic. In fact, when you walk down the street here in London, maybe half the people are wearing masks, not more than that. And the British education system has ruled that masks are not required in the classrooms, but they are required when students walk through the hallways. And what they've tried to do is break. They determined that wearing masks in the classroom would be disruptive for teaching a distraction. But what they're trying to do is limit classes from coming into contact with each other. So they've created a bubble system. So they'll have one class or two classes, if the classrooms are small, get together. They don't wear masks in the classroom, and they can interact freely with each other. But if one person in that bubble gets test positive, then the whole bubble has to go into a 14-day quarantine. But when they interact with other students in other bubbles, in the hallway or playground, they have to wear masks. But France has a different policy. Everyone wears masks in the classroom 11 and up. So we're seeing different interpretations, and no one really knows exactly what is right. But across Europe, there is this concern that the last several months of relaxed restrictions may now be showing themselves with these numbers going up.
And of course,
Did he really just waste that much ammo? Don't let the robot die.
There's so much social interaction that goes on off campus as well as on campus, it becomes very difficult to keep those cases to a minimum.
Look at the robot's going to the way.
Colleges are going to be very disrupted by this pandemic. The student body, it's really going to be daunting.
Certainly who was affected
robot was sleeping under. Oh.
Buena, buena, buena.
And speaking of politics and politicians, Senator Joni Ernst, who's in a tough re-election bid in Iowa, speaking about the hotspot that Iowa has now become, suggesting that COVID-19 deaths are inflated and repeating and misleading CDC information that is on their website, I believe, regarding underlying conditions, suggesting that somehow only a very small percentage, 6 or 9% of the COVID cases really were COVID because they really were the people who had heart conditions or other underlying conditions. Just completely misleading. They died of COVID, Dr. How do you say?
Yes, it is true. They died of COVID. And when you fill out a death certificate, you put down contributing causes, you put down complications. We want death certificates to be accurate. We want to know what comorbidities people have because that helps us guide our messaging to those groups that are diabetics, that are hypertensive, that have these comorbidities that put them at higher risk for death. This is really a misinterpretation, and it derives from people not understanding how medicine is practiced and how death certificates are filled out, and it really speaks to the lack of scientific